Zero is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
Zero is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
Welcome aboard Metro Zero. All souls must remain inside the train at all times. The terminal station is Evergarden Station.
Zero is pulling in. Look alive.
Car 4. Clear.
Car 5. Clear.
All right, guys, how's it going? How's it going? Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another day of the seasonal qualifier sponsored by ML Hub, organizing team and handled by the media team. It's another day, guys, and you've got Black Matter, your humble caster, here as usual on this game tonight. But today, you've not just got Black Matter, you've got someone else, someone of equal skill, someone of equal knowledge as well, if I do say so myself. Fisayo, and he's going to be an analysis caster today, and I'm going to be handling teamfight casting, guys. Fisayo, say hi to everyone, man.
Hi everyone, I'm Fisayo. Nice to be here. So let's start.
Yeah, let's get straight to it. Fisayo, welcome to the hot seat. Okay, someone says, what's the score right now, guys? Folex, relax, they haven't started yet, they're still in the lobby. But yeah, you can see Carnelius already telling them, wait. You can see Conquest already saying wait here. So, they're still saying make all the necessary player swap so I can recap the rules. Oh my goodness, don't tell me we're doing this again. They're going to have to call all the rules again. I mean, we could have avoided this, but hey, Fisayo, it's your first time on the hot seat. How do you feel? Let's talk about that for a little bit before they start the lobby bans.
Thank you. I'm feeling nervous. Just, this is the first time here, and we have a lot of guys in the stream right now in the comments. Just, like hawks watching. What is this guy going to do? Is he going to, make a lot of sense, or is he going to fumble? So I'm just hoping I don't let anyone down, or everyone down rather.
Don't worry, you won't. I can see MJ doing what he normally does in the chats there, moderating. He's got a wrench in front of him and he's not afraid to use it on any person that uses derogatory comments. But yeah, so in the comments right now, we've got a lot of people saying, so somebody said DT are gunners, and another person says DT will be what's that? Okay, I can't actually pronounce. I won't pronounce that because that's a derogatory comment, and I'm sure MJ would remove it soon. So someone says they shouldn't bully DT so hard. Huh? It seems like many people are inclining towards El Cartel here. What do you have to say about that, man? Fisayo, are you there with me? Okay, seems like Fisayo is. Yeah, I can hear you. So someone says, good evening, Fisayo. Okay, first of all, Folex, it's Fisayo, not Fisayo. And then he says, if you fail, worst, I'll laugh at you. Well, definitely you won't be failing, not on my watch, man. Fisayo, are you here with me? I think he's having some kind of network issues. That's Nigeria for you, man. Nigeria can be pretty messy. Okay, so yeah, guys, I think he's having some network issues. He's gonna be back with us. But yeah, someone says Fisayo will be like newsman for field, slowly reception. Yeah, that's definitely network issues on his end. That's something that everyone experienced, but I think it's back now. Fisayo, are you back to us?
I apologize. I didn't even know what happened back there. I can see that you were saying something, but I don't know why the voice is not coming out.
Yeah, that's definitely network issues on that end. That happens to everyone. I've been there before, man. But 16 people right now on the live, and I can hear someone says, my boys will do great tonight. I don't know who Sam Ebros is rooting for, though. He didn't specify. But MJ says, hello, Fisayo. Hello, Black Matter. And that's perhaps your warmest reception since you got here. So would you want to say hello back to MJ?
Yeah, MJ, hi. Thank you for your welcome message. I really appreciate it, bro.
All right. So yeah, that's everyone readying up in the lobby. And Cornelius is going through the rules right now. I don't know why we keep doing this all the time, because that's supposed to have read up on this, but hey, protocol is protocol. And as Isaac says Black Matter. Yeah, Isaac, how's it going? And someone says DT, do it for zero tolerance. That's one person supporting DT amidst popular opinion. Besides, what do you say about that, man? Well,
before the voice cut off earlier, I remember you were saying something. Someone was saying DT is going to, you said you couldn't pronounce that word. And my, counter argument is that this is MLBB. Anything can happen. This is a game of strategy. The weak beats the strong. We've seen that countless times. We've been proven wrong countless times here. There are no permanent giants in this game of MLBB.
That's true. Fisayo, did something happen? I think he timed out. Okay, someone says I'm supporting DT Sha, but I can't let feelings get in the way of my betting. Well, if I remind you, Folex, your bet actually caught the last time. That was you bet on against fake fraud, and they actually won. So yeah, I wouldn't exactly recommend you bet right now because you don't exactly have a good history of betting. But another person says, I want to enter Delta Khalid number 1 so soon. So the one's done. Okay, that actually lacks some syntax. So I can't actually read that smoothly. Coded, I can't actually read your statement smoothly. It lacks some syntax. But as someone says, the one that has seduced me, Ninja, will show you what permanent giants looks like. Okay, that's from Escobar. That's definitely an interesting comment. And that person says, if DT wins, I'm joining their squad. Wow, that's like pledging your loyalty on a condition there. But yeah, okay, that's just nice. That person said, bet against fake frauds. Yeah, Ben Max, that was Folex days ago. That was 2 days ago where we streamed that match. But guys, we are into the drafts now. I didn't get to see the lobby bans, so I missed that one. I was busy conversing here with you guys. But someone says El Cartel is winning and Coney Black is here. Coney, what's up, man? How is it going? Okay, so Fisai, are you back with us?
Yes, I am.
All right, so Fisai, we're in the draft now. So I believe you can see the draft, right?
Yes, I can.
All right, so it's a Lapu first ban. That's my main there. Don't know why they take down the Lapu. Why?
Yeah, they probably did their research and they found out that someone on El Cartel's squad that uses a Lapu. So then there goes the Lancelot as well.
Yep, and the Hayabusa. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see the picks here because when you have this is actually, if you look at the side of DT, they've got a lot of mobile heroes banned. The Hayabusa with the quad shadows, Lapu has like a lot of blinks. You talk about the jungle warrior, the previous fighter. I mean, you got the flicker there as well. So what's with the trend on banning mobility characters and the trend of banning high DPS characters for the side of El Cartel? Is this a shift towards something? And they've got a 1-1 pick first. A 1-1 pick first, man.
Isn't it dangerous? Don't you think it's dangerous? I mean, 1-1 is actually good, one of the best marksman in the current meta, according, my own opinion actually, because it's very hard to counter like a hero that dashes every time. And recently, I don't know if anybody else noticed that, 1-1 doesn't rely on movement speed. She relies on attack speed to move. So things like slow doesn't work on her. So even if you use slow skills, she can still what? She can still move out and escape out of CCs with even with her S2 combined with her S2 rather. But here we can see El Cartel going for full burst, which is we have Melissa, we have Fasa, and DT going for Alpha.
We'll find a way.
Yeah,
I don't know about
that's
Alpha is not very mobile though, not very. He only has one dash, which is on his ult, and if he gets caught in a dangerous position, he's dead.
Yeah, definitely dead. And he's only got that spear of Alpha as the skill that for Blink. He can either use defensively or offensively, because that's the thing. Alpha's ultimate is like he's only engaged / disengaged too, especially if he's running a Vengeance, which Temi is. And I can see in the comments here that somebody's spamming easy wheel for Cartel. I do admire your enthusiasm towards Cartel, but please spam in the comments. I do believe that MG will take care of that. And we've also got, I do believe, the Tiger plays skills on attack speed, and then she's definitely immune to some slows there. So 1-1 is definitely problematic, hence the first pick by Shadow on the side of DT. So right now, which draft are you inclining towards so far, Fisayo? I mean, is it the DT draft or the El Cartel's draft?
It's obviously the El Cartel draft, actually. They have their marksman is also well protected. This Alpha can just jump on her all of a sudden. She has the go away. I hope I got the skill correctly. She has the go away, to push him away. And wow. I thought they were going to pick the Uranus though. The undead hero, or the undying hero rather. Coupled with the Gato, that's going to be, very problematic for them. Let's see.
Definitely. It's definitely more Celestials in there. That Uranus is locked down. So definitely some Radiance stacks will be used with Revitalize, the Radiance and Revitalize, the Steelbones and Revitalize. That is a shit ton of healing, Fisayo. They better go with a Baxia here unless they are going to cry.
I don't know if you've seen the effect of a double Revitalize stacked on each other before, Nelson. Black. I don't know if you've seen the effect. That shit. Sorry. I'm just very excited, seeing this El Cartel draft. They have everything covered from front to back. The Uranus in front, the Gato, moving back and forth, making sure that DT doesn't go to their back line. You understand what I'm saying? The Uranus, can just stay in front, start taking up the damage, while the Gato can move back and forth, protecting the back line and also dealing damage just in case. And their jungle, this is like one of the safest pick now. He engages, and if it doesn't work, go back to your real body.
Yeah. They definitely have to talk about that some other time, man. The draft is concluded, and we're getting straight to the game. And I'm seeing a lot of comments here. I can see Carl on the comments as well. I don't know whether it's farming leaderboards here in the comments. Well, Carl, what's up, man? How's it going? And also, you can also see some other people. Someone says, Fisayo, 1-1 takes too long to farm up. And then someone says, 1-1 go hard to cook this lineup. There's a lot of Revitalize. There's a lot of regeneration coming in from the side of El Cartels, and then balanced with damage from Melissa and Nisha on the Hanzo. That is crazy, guys. That is insane. Fisayo, this lineup is crazy. But guys, which draft are you inclining towards? Are you inclining towards DT or inclining towards El Cartel? But Fisayo, let's hear from you, man. Which draft are you inclining towards? Okay, I think we lost Fisayo there, but we're definitely getting back. The network is having issues there. But then, Carl says Blackwood. Oh, Carl, thanks for the compliments, man. I appreciate it, man. But we will get straight into the game, guys. I've got to stop engaging you now so I can focus on the game. And Shadow X already here. Oh, by the way, Stark, if we can get a little zoom out on the map here. Okay, that's the pause from the refs. And let me just ask Fisayo if we're back. Fisayo, are you back?
Yes, I am.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, I don't know why this keeps going in and out.
All right. That's fine, man. That's fine. The network is everywhere, man. The network issues is everywhere, man. So I can see a lot of comments. So the game is actually paused right now, probably by the ref, definitely by the ref. So we're definitely going to have to engage the comments while the game is paused. So someone says Cartel has better draft. Looking at the draft so far, Fisayo, which persons have the better draft actually? You're the team fighter and you're the analysis caster here. What do you think, man?
Yeah, like I said, Cartel obviously they did their assignment. I don't know if they worked with this kind of draft before, but I believe this is, the better draft. The DT draft, I have a huge problem with the Belleric. Belleric is a hero that has to walk up close to deal his CC, tank, and do damage and all. And these guys, they have range. So before the Belleric can even get close, it's probably down to half health or even low health. And before he can even use any other skills, he's dead. So who else is there to cover for the team? Alpha is not I don't know if he's going to go for tanky build. Let's just wait and see. But, Alpha is not as tanky. And although we have the Martis, though, which is, I think, is solid. She's solid. And the 1-1 for continuous damage, while we have the Vexana for CC. But one other thing I noticed is that they don't have, a continuous CC. Deadly Grasp has close to, I think, 8 to 10 seconds CD. That's just like one CC. And Mortal Coil, that's another CC. But I don't think that is enough to stop Uranus and Gato. They are still going to wreak havoc in DT's team. That's just what I observed.
Definitely. They're definitely going to wreak havoc. Well, definitely they've got two strong frontliners. Personally, I kind of feel like if they had gone for a Baxia roam, that would have really helped out a lot. Because that Baxia mark would have started helping out from the early times. Because, man, Radiance is not a joke. That Uranus passive, helps him a lot, especially when he can preserve the maximum stacks, the 20 stacks, and also Gato Steel Bones. That's something that can also help him a lot, revitalize and regenerate him. And Alpha's true damage isn't exactly going to do a lot in this situation because true damage only helps with the penetration. It doesn't exactly help with the regeneration. Yeah, you can heal, you can deal damage to me more faster, but I've got to revitalize here if my passive falls short. So, really, what can DT do at this point? And going with Martis here, the Mortal Coil, like you said, has some CC in it, but that's just a two-phase CC, and the Deadly Grasp does not have enough. These guys are gonna keep stuffing their faces in front of DT. But yeah, the game has been on pause, so we get straight into it, man.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we can be seeing that super phase in the mid lane. But now Wings by Wings goes down bottom there to support Conquest, but that's an early one there. Okay, caused of Crow onto Shadow. Shadow has to get into safety there. Eyes on you from Conquest. But that Shadow retreating back into safety. And Super Phase will rotate up top. Super Hatred as well. Just on the Lethal here. But already taking down the Lethal Mitch with the Ashura's Wrath. He already has the 4 stacks. So that's at maximum attack speed there. 120% up top. Okay, Kane against Temi. He will start there, just preserving the Radiant stack. This is what we talked about, Fisayo. Just really making sure that he has the maximum stacks available to just keep the healing coming in. I think at some point, Stem is going to realize that this is just a long waiting game. But down bottom, you can see that Ninja almost on level 4, and Nekage is almost ready. And Kinjutsu he will get that level 4. And on the mid lane, Ninja, he just has to wait for Shadow to come to the lanes, and there will be a 3-man gank. But do you see a way that Shadow is coming out of this one, Fisayo?
Yeah, I don't know. His gameplays are looking a bit, inexperienced in the pro scene. Just like you noticed earlier that immediately Fasa saw 1-1 overextending. You know what she did? She came to the lane immediately looking for what? A possible kill. But, she was lucky that she was able to get out. If not, that would have been what? An easy kill. So in this kind of games, farming is key. You have to, farm up. You are the marksman. You are not supposed to be engaging this early. But maybe she's trying, okay, this is your team fight.
Yeah, definitely coming in there. Okay, Alpha. What trying to preserve the Radiant stacks here? The cost pass connects onto him. That is what we're talking about. Calls back onto 2. The 2 tanks are tanking as much damage as they can, but Tommy falls. And Kane is able to get away. Goes back up top. The Radiants will win over the Steel Bones, but this is still the early games. And we are still yet to see Super Hatred come up with more tank build to support the sustain. But Fisayo, this is what we're talking about. Super Hatred and Kane really just stuffing their face out there in DT on the team fight. But thank goodness, Tommy was able to deal enough true damage to take them out. Rotary Impact and Beta Advance really coming through for him there. But Kane trying to frustrate him out there up top on the X-Plane. Meanwhile, down bottom, Ninja already there with real body though. That's okay. That's a retribution used by Ninja. And that's Pinnacle Ninja. But gets considered to drive for the next strike comes in as well. And he's down. Very cold style. Super Hatred. Mitch finds one. Mitch finds two. The Astros rat is not done. Mitch will fall. Shadow finds the kill. And no, I correct myself. Mitch doesn't fall. That was Blank falling. But up top, Mitch trying to go back up top. He might find a kill here onto Superface, but no, forced to retreat. But yeah, I think DT are riding on their early game advantage here, Style.
Yeah, they are. Can we go back to the first fight at the Tortu? That was El Cartel's fight to lose, and we've established how tanky they are, but they just proved us wrong with that little battle at the bot. They had like three or four. They had like four people down there, but I don't know. DT played it so well that they were just able to counter them. I know I saw they go away briefly, but the results say the opposite.
Yeah, definitely still the opposite there. And it also dance will start the Ashura Thief with the Ashura Rat, but I will say more. And that's Belric going in the rest of Dry at 2-on-1. Go away, does not save Conquest. He falls. And Belric trying to get more in, but he has to zone them out. Up top, Tommy really did as much damage. Rotary Impact with a force swing, trying to sustain as he can. Tommy and uses direct vengeance, but no, that does not save him. Tommy falls, Super Hatred survives, and the turtle is still not taken. Kane in the mid lane trying to preserve the Radiant stacks. Now on 20 here. So yeah, that's him using the turtle here. But Blank really just making sure that he tries to zone them out. But can he? Phantom up top. He will try to zone them out, but that's Pasa taking enough damage there. The cross pass connect though, and Kane. Fisher just trying to zone them out. Okay, down bottom, Pinnacle Ninja onto 2. That's okay. Kinjitsu as well. Ninja trying to take out this barrel in front of this, like so let him go. Blank force. And that's right. Motakoi, if you want face, you can't go. But no, Falcon steals it before he can use the decimation. And the turtle has spawned. Mitch has to get close to that turtle there. Has to start that turtle, but that's a disengage, and Kane rotates back up top. He has realized that Tommy has started to take that tier 1 on the EXP lane, man.
Yeah, I don't remember Ninja dying in that previous fight. I don't know why they didn't go for the turtle immediately. The Martis died. That's Mitch. So I don't know what they were planning to do. But obviously they lost a fight down bottom, and the lead, has been extended even further.
Yeah, definitely. It has been extended even further. But then, we saw Super Hatred die in the Elise. So, right now, we may not see him die as much anymore because we're not getting to the meat and he's beginning to build a lot. But up top, you can see Kane there already engaging the cost pass test to revitalize with the Radiance. How much healing does Kane need? But that's him diving in there with the Transcendent Ward and Motakoi coming in from Mitch. But that's not a great engagement there. Go away, does not connect there. Concentration from Kane for mobility. For the next time comes in. Another guard from Mitch. He cannot get away. Motakoi is not. That's 4. Go away. Eyes on you. Connect on to multiple. Conquest next one. And Shadow takes down the tier 1 of the gold lane. Okay, trying to get more here. But that's Transcendent Ward as well with the edge. And these two tanks, these two Celestials are dealing as much damage and shoving their faces in DT. Shadow has to get away. That's the Transcendent Ward from Kane trying to pursue here. But that Shadow, okay, it's not interested. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, Conquest already taking out the tier 1, trying to return the favor here. There's Tiger Base. Go away, comes out from Conquest. Trying to mark as many weaknesses as she can. Shadow falls to Conquest. Conquest gets a killing spree. Decimation. Mitch bolts are in the place. And Mitch gets it. Avenges for his marksman. And that is a brutal one. Mitch does not wait for closure. He gets the kill immediately. The turtle will spawn. And they will go back up top. Down bottom, I don't know what Nisha is up to there.
He might want to just defend, but yeah, Fisayo, I mean, I like the fact that he didn't wait at all. He just used decimation immediately on Conquest.
Yeah, I was, waiting for you to, cue me in. Mitch engaged there was the definition of right place, right time. This is Mobile Legends Bang. We are doing everything is supposed to be what strategic, and yeah, even though that was not strategic, it's worked. So yeah, we say strategic.
Yeah, definitely. You can see Kane there, and down bottom, Kane that's the thing. We saw this coming, and we're going into the mid games here, Fisayo, and we saw this happening, and it's happening right now. Super Hatred and Kane are just zoning them out, man. What can they do at this point? But that's the engagement there. Eyes on you, onto Tommy. But I tell one of the XP's down, and there's nothing he could do about that. That's a 1-on-3 Ninja as well, helping with the clear. Kane still zoning Mitch out, and Blank, he has to guess here. What can he do at this point? Is the Belric against 3, but Conquest already starting it down. Eyes on you does not connect onto anyone. Gets on top with Unbreakable, but Blank is forced to get out. They're zoning out even the tank. How can they defend? Deathtrap. Mitch, okay, Mitch, you're the only one here. So stick with the water coin. 3,000 walls. Does Mitch have a goal? That's the engagement there. Mitch trying to get away, but no, Ninja takes him away, Pinnacle. And that's Eyes on you. Connects us to 2 Unbreakable and the AOT as well. Conquest will force to Shadow and Tommy falls to Hatred. And Shadow is doing more, showing why the 1-1 is a problem. And that's trying to get away, Kane. Trying to get away. Can you get away? Look at the but not enough damage. Kane is able to sustain it with Radiance, and that's the retreat from Shadow. They have to push the mid lane as the push matters. That was crazy, man. They sustain on this Eurydice side.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've established that already, that these Uranus and the Gato are going to be like what the main problem. Even if you go full crossbow of tank on the Gato, I think there's less than a 50% chance that you're taking him out with that kind of thing, even when he's low health. The lower his health, the stronger he becomes. The stronger his defense becomes. I believe his physical defense. So I don't know. Probably let this 1-1 scale up, because we're already in the mid to late game now. The Martis is going to start becoming irrelevant.
Yeah, definitely relevant. There Nisha puts Mitch in his place. One defeat means nothing, as Martis would say. And Kane trying to get more in there on the edge. Kane not able to get it, has to get away. It's becoming risky to be there. And that's down bottom. Conquest already taking out the tier 2, not wasting a moment. El Cartels, they know what matters at this point. And that's Blank up top. I don't know what Blank is up to there. Crossbow tank down to Kane again. And Shadow is still not able to take him down. Blank as well. Just waiting. Ninja already there, but will not be able to go down. That's the Pinnacle Ninja, able to get away with the Tiger Face. Has enough attack speed. Shadow is becoming a problem for Sayo. And that is what we need to talk about, man.
Yeah, definitely. So you asked the other time that what can they do? I think now they just have to create space for the 1-1. But, in my opinion, El Cartel too, they know that this 1-1 is a problem. He has been able to activate the, crossbow of tank twice on the Uranus now. It's just unlucky that the Uranus was tanky enough. Let's assume that was on maybe a Fasa or the Melissa. I know that's a sure kill now. So I assure you that they might start targeting her.
Yeah, definitely. They'll definitely start targeting her. But you can see Kane here. We really just sorting them out because Blast comes out, but just to clear the minion waves too. And that's Super Hatred down bottom. You see, that's the thing we're talking about here, and it's still happening. As soon as my eyes on you connect onto Tommy, but that's the defensive spear of Alpha from Tommy to get away, and that's the Mortar Coin from Mitch. Mitch already missed it all. One of the late games, the Martis has fallen, and that's the AOG diving into the flanks. Go away from Conquest as well. No minions forced to get out with falling. And that's a retreat and a pushback from El Cartels. The Lord matters more at this point, Visayo.
I'm not going to lie. It looks like the Martis is just playing with frustration at this point. If you are a Martis, your peak is from early to mid game. Then from that mid game, you're supposed to be playing with your team, not just going solo into the enemy like that. You are going to die. The Martis doesn't have that much sustain. What he has is true damage at some point with the decimation. So you need your team to go forward for you. When enemies are a bit low, then you come in. So right now, I think it should be relying on the Beleric and the Alpha to frontline for him. Then he comes in later and waits for the mage and the mage and the marksman can follow after. But the way they are playing right now, I don't see them winning any major team fight.
Yeah, I mean, like Connie would say, Mattis is actually the cleanup crew right now. Mattis is basically carrying her at this point.
Yes, and I don't know why he's not playing that way, but that is definitely how he's supposed to be playing. He's level 13, and what's this? The lowest on the Cartel team is level 12, and that's for a jungler. That's bad news. Very bad news. It shows just how poor he is.
Yeah, definitely. We can see the unbreakable there with the Ionic Edge, and they're pushing a team fight here, but no, defensive mortar coil from Mitch. Perhaps he's beginning to learn, but I know you connected. Conquest taking up the LG, but the control ability from the mortar coil section button goes down, and that's more going in. Conquest, the Lord is approaching from the face, but can they defend? Pinnacle Ninja comes down, and that's very well for the trying to defend the face, but can they defend? No, they cannot. El Cartels! Such a riot's been placed on the base and nothing to defend against it. DT suffer of defeat 1-0 against El Cartels. They will take game 1. That was such a siege, Fisayo.
Yeah, but to me, I feel like that game was still winnable it was not completely, hopeless for DT. We saw the early game, the way they gave El Cartel a run for their money. I'm sure even El Cartel will be questioning that, what are they doing wrong or what's going wrong? But then they were able to gather themselves, which DT was not able to do. The way they were not playing as a unit. This kind of comp, you are relying on your Belleric for, a huge crowd control. Like I said, the Deathly Grasp has like a long cooldown for it to be, your major source of CC. And they're not playing real, into each other like that. You wait for your mages to use CC, the CC. Once it connects, try and see if you can get an engage. If not, you try again. You try to re-engage. And the Belleric, in fact, I know that he's trying his best, but still, it was taking like too much damage before engaging.
Yeah, that's the thing. And to be honest, they already outdrafted them. So DT was already outdrafted already. And at some point towards the late game, I even noticed that the Belleric was starting to really slack off when it comes to the zoning out. I don't blame him really, because you've got like 2 people that are zoning you out, and you're the only one that can. And Alpha is scared to zone out because he only has his ultimate as his defensive, card out if he fails to zone out. So, Alpha was just at a disadvantage there, so he wasn't exactly willing to zone out with the Belleric. And at some point, Belleric was like, okay, look, since I'm the only one putting myself out there, I'm not going to be sacrificial lamb. I'm just going to do what I can. And at some point, Conquest was just waiting for the right time. And she just really, Mitch used that, mortar coil. He just started the siege.
Yeah, like we said, they were supposed to play with the time. Your jungler is, an early game jungler. Even your fighter is mostly from early game to mid. I think mid game Alpha is not that strong. Then from late game again, Alpha becomes stronger because you can stack up on the true damage real fast, and that would have been one of their greatest assets against such a tanky lineup. But then they did not allow themselves to scale. I think the Alpha farmed well, because when I was looking at the end game something, he was on level 14, and I think he and 1-1 were the only ones to get to level 14 at that point. So he farmed well, but the game was just over at that point.
Yeah, no, it was too late, man. It was too late at that point. Excuse me, sorry guys, I'm having Cartel this morning. Yeah, so this evening, sorry. I'm just trying to bring in our streamer here. Stark, sorry. Stark, please come out, please, so that we can bring you in, okay?
Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of comments here, and someone says, just carry Atlas or Tig. And that was Connie Black actually. He said, just carry Atlas or Tig. What the heck is Flicker Belleric? Do you think an Atlas or Tigre would have worked there, Sayo?
It would have. You can see, I told you what El Cartel just built is what we call a back to front. We have a fighter that's usually in front, soaking up the damage. We have a tank that goes back and forth, protecting the back line, protecting, the front line. We have a jungler that comes in for the cleanup. We have a mage with long range, very long range, in fact, with Fasa. very long range, and we have the Melissa. Melissa also has her own built-in protection. So let's assume they even tried to target a time when she was not with the Gato. They would have failed, possibly because of the what? Because of the go away.
Okay.
See, the way the Melissa was playing, it was, it shows the perfect, the way she mastered the hero. She was zoning them, even as a marksman. She was, placing the eyes on you all around, trying to get them low and see if they can get an engage. And I feel like that was what the Alpha and the Belleric was supposed to be doing. Try to get the enemy low, and the Vexana, rather. I was going to say the Vexana. Try to get the enemy low and get an engage for your team.
Yeah. All right. Well, you are the analysis caster. This is your thing. So I'm just gonna leave it to it. And another person says here, I can see the comments here. Someone says, Link would have been a better pick than Mattis. How true is that?
Link would have been a better pick than Mattis. Link is a bust hero. Who do you think he was going to bust there? The Melissa with the way, or the Fasa with the wings by wings? All of them will just get out of the something. Except, if they can bust the the Hanekage shadow, and the Link can go for the real body. I feel like that's the only thing the Link would have been useful for in that match. There's just too much riding on that Link, and your blue buff is your weakness. And in a kind of team like this, you just be surprised you see a 5-man gank on your blue buff. Next time, how you defend it. How do you link yourself out of there?
Exactly. And the go, but the thing about the Blade of Tempest is you've actually got enough distance, so you don't actually get affected by Melissa's go away. You've got that with the Defiant Sword. You can just move 4 times. You don't exactly have to enter the go away as a Link. So range wise and mechanic wise, Link actually interacts pretty well with Melissa. But yeah, like you said, it's pretty dependent, and the downside, the trade-offs are just not worth it at that point.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so we're back into the draft again, and Fisayo, this is game 2. So far, we're still seeing a Lapu ban from DT, even though obviously Gato and Uranus was a big problem for them, but it looks like that's not their problem right now, and they will take down Lancelot and Hayabusa on the side of El Cartel. Nothing changing, and it looks like DT as well, they're trying to put up their shoulders and tell their fans in the comments that we're not worried about anything. That was okay, that one is actually a gun against their leg. They take down, that's actually like shooting yourself in the leg, because they take down Shadow's 1-1. Shadow did well on the 1-1. Why are they banning the 1-1?
He probably has a better hero. Let's think about that. So if I'm not getting it, then definitely you're not getting it as well. That's the game plan.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's definitely it. I mean, it's like if I won't use you, no one will,
definitely.
Exactly.
The level of obsession needs to be studied.
Yeah, definitely, we need to be studied indeed. But 1-1 definitely is a meta pick these days. But that's the hero of the fleet with the Heavenly Vow, Yiston Sin. We don't get to see that pick all the time, but that's Sam's Glory there on the Leslie, the sniper herself. And that's also Belric, the nature god, on the side of DT. That's still going with that Belric there. Blank is still with, I mean, that's someone with a lot of heroes in his hero pool, man. Yeah, so Conquest on the Harriet. Harriet is, I think, the Harriet gold lane. Does that still work these days?
I think it still works. It still works. He had some nerfs, a couple of times, but I think it still works. And we are looking at the Leslie. I don't know if they picked him to counter the Leslie, but basic attacks can't target Leslie in invisible mode, so they're probably going for heroes with skills. This should be Harriet mid then, since they have a Nathan in their team now.
Yeah, this should actually be Harriet mid. Yeah, this is actually supposed to be there, because if you think about it, Superface still hasn't picked. So I'm sorry, where's that echo coming from? I think coming from you.
I don't have any echo here on my side.
All right, please, if you can kind of work on that, please. I can hear, for some reason I can hear an echo. Am I echoing? All right, so guys, like I was saying, Superface still hasn't picked, and Kane as well. Because if you think about it, these were the guys that that Kane was the one that used Uranus in the last one. Uranus is still not banned, even though I feel like they should have banned Uranus. Gato is not banned, and DT just used their last ban on Camilla. Fisayo, Fisayo, come on, man. Like, I feel like in a Nigerian kind of drafting situation, you want to ban a hero that was the most problematic to you in the last game, but obviously DT has got other plans with their drafting.
Yeah, but they're probably just trying to cover different kind of loose ends with this kind of, and I don't know, El Cartel's comp looks to be full damage build. I don't know what they're trying to achieve with this. So it's going to be the room then.
That's the thing, man. They've got little CC. Okay, Superface finally has to switch back to that Vexana. The Duchess of Necro Keep is needed. A Cost Blast and a Deadly Grasp, with the internal guard being the only notable CC worth mentioning here, because the rest doesn't exactly have CC. We just got a lot of slow here. So yeah, okay, we've got CC there on Nathan's. We've got CC on Nathan. I mean, if you consider that CC, but I mean, in the grades of CC, I won't really rate it so high. But yeah, we've also got some CC on the other side. Mitch finally going for a tank jungle, and that's Akai there with the Tai Chi and the heavy spin. And then we've also got Shadow with the Fury dive. So that's an airborne there. Same as the Vexana's internal guard. And Blank still having the Wrath of Dryad there. So yeah, that's a pretty nice CC on the side of DT. I think they kind of have more CC than them. So
yeah, at this point, they've kind of adjusted. Maybe there's someone listening on the stream that was hinting them. They've adjusted their draft from the first game. Now they have enough CC to carry out whatever it is that they want to do. But the one thing I can still find as fault with this comp is their Leslie. I don't know, but okay, they have the Yuzong though. Yuzong can still carry them in early. And they have the Akai with the heavy spin, just to pin down, just in case someone is trying to escape. But that's 3 Purifies on the side of El Cartel. Strange.
Yeah, that's definitely them knowing that, okay, they've got a heavy spin, they've got a Wrath of Dryad. Those are not jokes. But then again, I feel like an Akai and a Belric doesn't really have that much synergy. But then when you come close to a wall, you don't want to get that heavy spin. But yeah, they've got 4 magic dealers on the side of DT. I don't know if that's the genius move or the new meta. But hey, they're supposed to be Nigeria's representative for IESF. So whatever these decisions they make in their drafting, people are going to be learning from them. But see, let's see how, if they make this work, we get straight into the game and start. I'd appreciate it if you could zoom out on the map a little bit out there as we get straight into game 2. El Cartel's DT. Let's do this. Sayo.
Well, something just came to my mind right now. I think there's someone sleepy on the El Cartel side, so you just want to wrap up things easily, because I noticed that they have 3 marksmen. So what if the strategy is push?
Okay. By 3 marksmen, you mean the Nathan? And why is the Nathan on the mid lane? I mean, what is going on here?
The Nathan is roaming. The Nathan is the roam.
My goodness, Nathan is roaming. That is true. That is something we don't get to see all the time. And Jesus, that is, oh my goodness. I want to see how this works actually. But up top, you can see Blank there. And that's El Cartel spamming with the Thunder. Thunder recall, Thunder indeed, because these guys do strike like thunder. I'm very interested to see how their play would work out, because this is crazy. Nathan Rome, I don't think this has been done before, but that's the, oh my goodness, Traceless from Nisa, and the heavy spin comes out already. That's an engagement there. Mitch not scared to put himself out there, but that's the Fisher wave and the single Fisher with the chrono dash for Mitch, not able to get away. The blood floods from Nisa will take him out, and that's the blood floods again. That's the thing about the IESF. You think you're out, but no, you are not. He will take you down, even with the heavenly bow or the land shaker, the mountain shaker rather. And that's Nisha up top, rotating down bottom. The turtle has spawned, and that's necessary. He needs to get there, but the blood floods now connecting onto the creep here. and they will start the turtle dance. Not just yet, though. Mitch is already there before him, and he's getting disturbed here. Mitch, Kane, why is the pause? What's with the pauses, man? The pause and the replay. What is going on?
In case you didn't notice, I think Clinton is AFK because he just died under the turret after that team fight.
Oh, okay. Definitely. I think El Cartels, but I think they're trying to request for a pause here. So I think the ref is starting to like give a signal or something. So yeah, let's see how this goes. If they actually give, because for some reason they're not actually contesting for a turtle, and that's Mitch going back up top to farm. So it might be a chance for a restart. I think they're going for a restart here. So both teams are not contesting for anything. Mitch as well, they're spamming the recalls. I mean, I think they're gonna go for a restart here, man. But Nisha already taking it. Oh, it's funny because El Cartels are the one with the issue, but Nisha's taking the turtle. I think they're trying to play like that, Fisayo.
I don't know. The Nathan is still static though, and I think the Akai actually left the turtle thinking maybe there was something. That was why he went to farm. Only to, while he was coming, he noticed that the turtle had been taken already, and the way he turned back, it was like, what was happening? That's the kind of feeling I get from him.
Yeah.
So it wasn't expecting them to actually take the turtle.
Yeah, and that's also Carnelius giving the third signal and the third pause. And I don't exactly understand. I feel like there should have been a surrender by now. But it looks like El Cartels are not willing to surrender up top. Nisha already engaging their blood floods there, but will use face fearless, traceless into that Wrath of Dryad there. That's Synchro Fusion, but flickers out Sam's Glory. Already seen it out. Sam and Force, but not able to take anyone out, though. That's him trying to get away. Mitch will fall again. And El Cartels are still dominating in this team fight, despite having one man down. I don't know how they are doing this, but they are making it work up top. Their DT is forced to recall back to the base, and that is not a nice trade. 1-for-none in favor of El Cartels.
The Lunox was able to get the Vexana and the Arik though, so their CC picks and the sustain is actually paying dividend right now. The Lunox got 2 kills, double kill up there now.
Yeah, up there, but down there is where you want to be. That's the Black Dragon form used offensively by Shadow to get away from that engagement. Super Hatred already using the entropy, so he doesn't exactly have that mobility right now, and he doesn't exactly have a flicker either. He's using a Purify, if you remember. But he still has okay. Conquest takes out Sam's Glory up top. The camera missed that one, but that's Super Hatred going back up top, roaming, which I'm not used to, but I think he has sold the rope. That's entropy onto the tier 1 on the gold lane to support Conquest and taking out the tier 1. But that's Blank and Mitch trying to do a price strategy here. It's a Pricer, but no, they will not do it here. They will not try that. Super Phase, because of Crow, touches him, but the total dance as and there's no surrender yet. What is going on? Maybe confused here. I think that they're trying to make this work, but Nisha taking out the Queen, that's a still fight. We're coming out there, but Mitch goes down. Nisha, Kane as well, takes one out. El Cartels are still styling, but no, they're trying to get away. Blood floods. Nisha trying to chase down Phantom, but he will get out. And down bottom, Shadow taking out the tier 1 on the explain. Kane, okay, if you redive defensively, and the not connecting though, will miss that one. The Soul Grip misses, but Shadow X forced to go back down. Now Super Hatred, Black Dragon form comes out from Shadow. Might want to rendezvous or engage here, a bit indecisive, but into the Dragonoid form now. Just waiting for that signal. That's Blank and Mitch out there frontlining. This might be a chance for them to engage. It might be a chance. But up top, El Cartels are being careful. Conquest is already half HP. Recalling back to base now. He needs the HP back, but no, he's not. The Synchro Fusion and the Chrono Dash from Conquest to clear the minion waves. He has to wait at this point. I mean, I think they're trying to just wait it out, Fisayo.
Yeah, but still, they are taking down structures. So they are not just waiting. They are still, getting quality for their time. They are getting something out of their time. The DT, on the other hand, they are just moving around the map. I don't think they're able to get anything except the turret down bot. And now I think they should just focus on the top. But El Cartel is reading into that kind of strat because, as you can see, most of their forces are now concentrated on the top as well.
Yeah, definitely force it at the top, and the top is where you want to be. Super phase. There's a man forced to clear the minion waves from Conquest, and that's Sam's Glory. Another guard connected to his synchro vision. Will flicker out of the synchro vision, and that's Sam's Glory with a demon time reflexes. Meanwhile, down bottom, Shadow X engaging there. That's the Fury dive with the Dragon Tail onto 2. The Black Dragon formed offensively to get out. No, he won't. Has to though. He's already low. Shadow on the Dragonoid form now. Has to wait it out. So we'll move back to the mortal form. Meanwhile, Kane really going up top there, maintaining that stacks on Radiance by all means, but Revitalize and Phantom with the power of Chaos attacking Kane, but there's nothing he can do, and that's a pause again from Canelus, the ref, and we have to wait that one out, Fisayo.
Yeah, like before a little while earlier, actually, I was saying something about them concentrating their forces on the top lane. I don't know why DT didn't, counter that. And as you can see, the top turret has fallen. If only they had, a bit more players up there, a bit more people up there, now they're able to save that turret. But the Harris is low health and he's still sticking around. He's not recalling. You already know that his aim is to take down that turret. So, try and get something, even if you're unable to kill him, try and get him to retreat. That will still, give your gold laner more time to farm. But the thing is, this is the 7th minute now. We are now heading into the mid game. The Leslie will start hurting now. Or what do you think? I feel like this is the time. This is the time for the Leslie to start shining.
Yeah, I mean, towards the late game, definitely those true damage numbers begin to increase. But then, so far we can see that, if you think about it, El Cartel's thing has actually come with a lot of tanky heroes. So, true damage really shines when they're really thick. But then, right now it's gonna shine, though. It's still gonna shine. Definitely, Leslie is a very renowned marksman, especially for that high boss in the late game. 2 taps and you're gone. If Sam's Glory is doing it right. But then again, we're still paused here, so we're gonna have to engage the comment. And someone says, not to go learn Harriet. Okay, another person says, Sales Boric species like Sin and Mitch.
It is the level difference to that person. It is the level difference. So don't think Beleric is weak. He is not. It is the level difference. El Cartel just know how to farm, get value out of their time. For example, if you look at the lowest on El Cartel's team is level 8, which is the Nathan and the Vexana, level 8, and the Barracks is level 7. Now imagine a level 9 to a level 7. The Harris is going to bust the Beleric in no time. There's nothing like what's his passive called again?
Beric.
Yeah.
Deadly Thorns.
Deadly Thorns has nothing on Harris at this point, not to talk of Ninja, the YSS. And of course, we know the undying hero, the one hero that we all love, hate, respect, all kind of emotion. A particular hero, the Uranus. We love him, we hate him, we respect him. I don't know what kind of emotion there again. It frustrates us, makes us happy, ups and downs.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, if Uranus is on your team, you want to love him so much. But if Uranus is against you, you're going to hate him a lot. But that's the pause from Canelus. And we will start again. And Kane moving up top to that. Okay, you can see that they still haven't surrendered. El Cartels, they're playing like this. Okay, I mean, they're the IESF representative for something. But there's Phantom there. Getting up close, Kane with Transcendent Ward, but Phantom able to close the distance away from him. And that's Ninja there up top on the YSS, Traceless. But that's for Blank. Is he trying to engage here with a lot of drive there because Blast and the Deathless Grasp will make it difficult for him. And that's Ninja picking up Shadow down bottom with Traceless and the Blood Flood. That's Retribution, Kane and Mitch already using it up and down bottom, up top there, Eternal Guard, Blank is done, and that Lord is now available. They don't have Mitch, they don't have Blank and Shadow, their EXP and their Roma. I don't know how DT will take this Lord without them, but Phantom here, already diving with the Transcendent Ward. Kane is pressuring Phantom and not willing to use the power of Chaos. It's funny because you would think that a Lunox would be the one to melt this Uranus, because Lunox basically has that Dreamland twist. So you wonder what's going on. Why are we not seeing that, Fisayo?
Yeah, I think the team, they can't pave the way for the Lunox right now. If she goes in, she's going to die, definitely.
Yeah, definitely gonna die there. Black Dragon form comes out there. We're gonna get away, but no! Shadow, the Fury Dive is not enough to save you. Sam's Glory, in the midst of it all, not able to escape. Sam's Glory gives them Duchess a double, and Nisha will take that Lord. And no, El Cartels, they say that they don't have to surrender. Why surrender when you can take the game as easily as possible? And that's exactly what they're doing. The representative of Nigeria in the IESF showing why they're one going in. Zaman Force, but that's not enough. He will use it offensively to get away. Mitch is going deep into their flanks, but Mitch will fall. A counterproductive move. Kane will take him down. And up top, the Lord will be approaching soon from the top lane. And Superface already taking out the turret there. Super Hatred up top. They're not trying to engage and making any unnecessary moves. El Cartels, they know just when to go in and when not to. Down bottom, Nisha already clearing up the way, the turrets there, and taking out the tier 1 on the EX plane, man.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to go way back now. I'm sure almost no one remembers, but I saw Leslie solo kill a team fight.
Yeah, team fight definitely. Rattle Drive connects, trying to get away. Radiance Kane will get out with the Transcendent Ward. Meanwhile, Shadow up top, using the Black Dragon form, trying to get back to safety to heal up. But can he? I don't think he can. He will get back up top there. They're trying to defend as much as they can. The Everspin is not ready. Superface will take down that turret though. El Cartels are still DT are still defending. But Conquest trying to get away. See Confusion with the Kodo dash and gets one in. Oh my goodness, El Cartels are still styling. Mitch trying to salvage what's left for Super Hatred. Finishing him off. And that's Sam's Glory, the only one left. They will take him down. And this is GG's for El Cartels. Even with a handicap, they will win. Even while having a Nathan as a Roma, they will win. Even having 4 magic dealers on the team, they will still win. Even having an AFK player in the early start of the game, they will still take the game. El Cartels, Thunder Heralds, their unstoppable reign. I don't know what to say at this point, Desire. This was absolute domination.
It is. And they are just here, proving why they are, IESF, Nigeria's representatives. And if you allow me to go back to what I was saying the other time, do we still have time?
Yeah, definitely. Go on.
Right. So, like I was saying earlier, I saw the Leslie solo kill the Harith, which shows that the Leslie is now starting to scale up. And like I said earlier, them showing that they are the ISF representative. The Harith, the next time he was going to engage, he didn't go alone. He went in with the Vexana, where we saw the killer, that Lord. And you were asking me why the Lunox is not, performing the way she's supposed to. And remember, I told you that the team is supposed to go in for her, then she can do, the rest of the thing. But the thing is, it was when the Lunox died that the Yuzong started coming in. In that kind of situation, maybe the Yuzong should have come in first, then the Lunox would have done her thing. Even if they don't die, they will at least get low health. And we still have the Akai there, just in the mid, just doing his own thing and everything like that. Then the Akai, I still have to talk about Mitch. In the first game, I said that Mitch is just playing with frustration right now. And I think we saw something similar. The Conquest recalling, I don't know if that was allowed, though. I think I saw one of the rules where they said no recalling and no emoting. But him recalling probably got under the skin of Mitch. And that was why we saw him chasing him down from their base turret down to, the river side just to get that kill. But it was counter-productive, like I remember you said. So that kind of thing, I think they need to work on that, the gaming mentality. You don't have to get frustrated by everything. Yes, this is MLBB. We all get frustrated every time. If you don't have enough shege in your life, just come and play MLBB. You will get enough dose of shege. But I believe that as a professional player, you're supposed to have trained your mentality at this point. And I hope going forward, they will work on that. and their habit of, I don't know if anybody else noticed, DT, maybe it's communication problem. They have this habit of going in one by one. You don't communicate with your team. Not two tanks. One tank will go in, then maybe when that one is low health, the other one will now start rushing to go and rescue the tank. You're not supposed to rescue your tanks. You are supposed to, go in with a plan. Okay, when you go in, don't use a heavy spin yet. Wait for me to use maybe one of my skills. Try to bait. We saw four purifiers there. Let's try and see if we can bait one of it out. And even if they don't use it, I'll just follow you behind. They can't bust both of you at the same time. But going in one by one, they'll finish this one, move on to the next one. Once you are down one man, that's already 5 versus 4. You've lost a lot of resources on the end of the person that just died. And the Yuzong, I didn't see him using his Petrify a lot. And I feel like that could have been one of the best tools for them to bait out that those purifies, because everybody is scared of Yuzong Fury Dive plus Petrify combo. You see a Yuzong coming, Fury Dive, purify you. If you're not dead, then at least there'll be fear of God instilled in you. So I feel like that's what work with that Yuzong, go in, try and do something, go in with at least 2 people. Then maybe one of the tanks can come behind. Not that you'll not be going one by one. This one will die. And say, yeah, push this one. Like you're just throwing bodies at them, and they just keep farming them, keep farming.
All right, I think that about sums it up. With the entire game so far, with our analysis caster doing his job there. But that's gonna be it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember your homework, Team Fight caster, Black Matter, and the analysis caster, Fisayo. So guys, we'll be seeing you in the next one. That's tomorrow. And good night.